Good afternoon. See if anybody's around this afternoon. Hello. Good afternoon. Had a few minutes, so I thought I'd welcome in everybody. Good afternoon. Who do I have in the house here today? This is actually my first mobile kind of out and about. I've got my glasses on because I won't be able to read the chat on the phone. It'd be a little bit hard for me to read. Go ahead and give a thumbs up when you come in. Get a thumbs up on the video. Great to see all of you in here. Now I gotta figure out how to see my chat. Let's see my live chat here. Welcome in, everyone. Thanks for the thumbs up. Got 2 thumbs up. Go ahead and make yourself known if you want. Just had some time here this afternoon and wanted to do a quick live. How's everybody's day going? How's everybody's day going? Thanks for being in here and coming in to check out my live. Assume you can hear me okay. Let me know if you can hear me. And you share this out. Okay. Okay, I'm assuming there's no chat yet because I don't see it coming up. But welcome in. I see I get somebody in here. Good afternoon. I'm just in between places. Had lunch with a friend. Now I'm gonna be running another errand, and just had some time here to jump on a live. Had a good live this morning. Had a lot of good conversation this morning about SEO and YouTube growth. Looks like we've had some people check in and then kind of check out. But welcome in if you're new in here this afternoon. This is the first later in the day live I've done in a while. Usually I do them in the morning, but I just had some time to try one this afternoon, so I thought I would do that. Maybe I will share this out, let people know. Let people know that I am live. Oh. Welcome in. If you're new to the live, let people know that I'm going to be live here for a little bit. Just in between different errands that I'm running today. Welcome in. Those of you who just joined, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, make that thumb blue when you come on in. Great to have you in. I still don't see any chat So I'm not sure if anybody's in the chat yet. Let me know if you can hear me. It'd be great if you could just let me know if you're hearing me okay. You just mentioned that. That would be great. So I know that I'm not muted or something. This is the first true mobile live I've done. Still not seeing any chat. Anybody want to say anything in the chat? That would be great if you could just mention what. Oh, well, hi. You're in here. Good to see you. So you're watching this, huh? Great to have you in, honey. Did you hit the thumbs up? The like button? Off to the dentist. Okay. Believe taking our daughter to the dentist. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. Looks like it might be kind of slim here this afternoon for the live, but that's okay. Just thought I would try it and see if anybody wanted to show up. Have fun at the dentist. That sounds like it's going to be a fun afternoon. We have a really nice dentist, but sometimes it's not always the funnest experience for us, especially for our kids to go to see the dentist. Let me see if I can share this out. Let's see if there's any others who want to come in and join. Just shared that out, so maybe some more people want to come in and join. Maybe this is just not a great time of the day to get on and jump on a live, since it's about 5 o'clock in the East Coast. Maybe a lot of people aren't back from work yet. That light's kind of bright there, isn't it? It's really bright. Well, we still have one here in the house. I tell you, live streams have been really slim today. For whatever reason, it's getting really bright over there. Maybe I can change this up a little bit. We've got the sun coming in over there. I was just coming. So, yeah, looks like just kind of a small live this afternoon. Had a few people check in and check out. Maybe just kind of seeing what it was. But yeah, just had lunch with a friend, so that was a good time together. And now I'm getting ready to run another errand. So we'll see how this goes here. So I assume Colette is still here. I'm still showing somebody here in the house. I assume that's you. You still haven't left for the dentist, or maybe there's somebody else here in the stream who just hasn't said anything in the chat, that's totally fine. I just want to make sure I'm not talking to myself in this live. Man, looks like everybody's just tied up with other things. Maybe we've got some other big lives going on, and a lot of people are going over to those, or they just have a lot of other things that they have going on this afternoon. I guess being a Friday afternoon, getting ready for the weekend, and being between 2 and 5 o'clock, this might not be the best time. Hey, Mac the Knife, welcome in from New York. Great to see you. It's just about quitting time over there, isn't it? In New York City, being 5 o'clock. So appreciate you checking in. How are you doing today? What do you have planned for tonight or this evening or this weekend? And welcome in anybody else who's joining. It's high noon here in the West Coast. Not high noon, 2 o'clock. I don't know what it was. I was actually looking at my timer on the live, thinking that was the clock instead of my actual watch, because I can't see the time here while I'm filming. Yes, it's 2 o'clock. And don't forget that thumbs up button and making that blue. I'm in between. Hey, Dragon Lady. Hello to you. Just jumped on a live here. I was in between some errands that I was running, and it looks like it was kind of slow for everyone to start coming in, but looks like you're all kind of discovering that I'm live right now, so that's great. Just getting ready for the weekend and enjoying some rare sunshine here in Seattle. It was raining pretty heavily a couple hours ago before I went to a lunch meeting with a couple of friends. But now it's completely clear, blue skies, and I'm coming to you live from my car. We had a good live stream this morning, had a really good live stream on Wednesday with a lot of great creators in there. Actually, this morning's live stream was a bit slow. It was still good, but slower than I would have liked. And talked a lot about different ways of growing our channels. It's never been sunny Seattle. Yeah, it's sunny here more than people think, especially in the summer. So between late June and September, we get a lot of sunny days. In fact, there was a year where we had at least 60 sunny days in a row with no rain. We get very little rain between July and September, so things usually turn pretty brown, the grass that is. But then late September, early October, the rain pattern starts coming back in, and then it starts getting green. So actually winter is more green around here than the summer is. And it's usually only in the fall and the spring that we mow our lawns here. In the summer, unless you water your lawn, nobody really has to mow it. So go ahead and connect and just do that in the right way. Greet each other. Let's network and grow. And do it the right way, of course. So I've been putting up some more videos this week. I put up a video Wednesday, yesterday, and then one went up today on how to have custom vibration alerts in your iPhone and some tips for the Android. So check out that video if you haven't checked it out. And make my red button gray if you have not yet done that, but I think you guys already subscribed to me. So that is cool. So I got a little bit out of my pattern when I started doing some live streams, but now I'm starting to kind of get back into an upload pattern. But it's hard, especially when you can't devote tons of time to it to get those uploads. So how many uploads do you generally try to do in a week, or maybe a month if you don't upload quite as often? I was doing 5 uploads a week up until a few weeks ago when I was started live streaming, but that's been scaled back to more like between 1 and 3 uploads a week. I'm not sure where I'll land as far as the number of uploads. I might get back up to 5, but that's a pretty grueling pattern, so it might fall more into 2 to 3 uploads a week. I'm not sure yet. Looks like we have one here in the house still. Thanks for staying in. Looks like everybody's kind of just checking in and checking out. Maybe you've got other live streams that you're wanting to be a part of, or you're going back out to check out each other's channel. Thank you for the 5 thumbs up. Great to have you in Art Abandonment. Having a good day. I am having a good day so far. Had a good lunch with some friends and just been trying to do some networking and connecting. Had another live stream this morning, early this morning for my time. So that went well. It was a little less attended than what I would have liked, but it still went pretty well. How is all of your day going? Had any significant things going on today? Yes, Art Abandonment, you're right. Networking is vital. It's extremely vital to what we're doing, and it's just a big part of YouTube. YouTube is a social platform at the end of the day, and you need to network in order to continue to have an influence and grow. Getting ready to drop several collaborations. That's great, Art Abandonment. Great to hear that you've got a lot of collaboration going on. That's probably one of the most powerful and encouraging things you can do on YouTube, is to collaborate and to be able to support each other's channels, and you get the support of not only your own audience but the audience of their channel as well, and so it kind of doubles your efforts of being able to help each other grow, and of course it helps you to stay encouraged on YouTube, where YouTube is a place where you can feel very lonely very quickly if you don't have that networking and the collaboration. So it's great that you're doing that. And I'm glad that I reached out to Ken and did some collaboration with him last week. And that video went up on Wednesday on my channel. And I know Ken really appreciated that collaboration as well. In fact, it would be great if he could get on here too for the stream. But a lot of times he's got things going on in the afternoon, or could be even busy with his own channel. But just even the 2 hours that we had together to share ideas and tips. Art Abandonment, you can get into a lot of drama if you're not careful. Yeah, you can. You can get into a lot of drama if you're not careful, for sure. and the collaboration that I've had with a number of different creators remotely, over Twitter or being a part of their channel collaboration through a Skype call or whatever has always been extremely encouraging, and it's always a privilege when somebody wants to interview me or if I interview someone else. I see if happening and just drop out. So yeah, you get a spot. Those type of situations where you know it's not right and you need to get out. It's just not worth risking your channel's reputation with those type of situations for sure. And growing on YouTube, I was talking about this morning. Growth on YouTube is definitely it's a marathon. It's not a sprint, as Sean Cannell and Benji Travis talk about. And I was highlighting their book this morning. Welcome in, those of you who are just coming in. Appreciate you being here. Their book, YouTube Secrets, they emphasize that YouTube is a marathon. Welcome in, Skies Took My Drone. Great to have you in. Second time today. And it's a day-to-day battle. It's a day-to-day plotting. We're a lot like farmers, where we're planting the seeds and trusting that they're going to grow and watering them every day. I believe in being fair. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Just treating people with respect and treating them as human beings, because that's what we all are. Thanks. I appreciate that, Skies. I know you're a good guy. Thank you for that. And just making sure that we're respecting each other's content and point of view. And there's a lot of different ways of expressing ourselves on YouTube and growing. There's no right or wrong way. It's everyone's different, and being able to do it in a way that is true to who we are, but also realizing that the people that we're producing content for, they have hopes and desires and dreams just like we do, and we want to be able to share what's important to us with those who also feel like it's important. So it's hey Deidre, great to have you in. Welcome in this afternoon. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up on your way in or while you're in here. We've got six thumbs up at this point. Got 7, thank you. Assume that was you, Deidre, who did that. Yeah, I'm just hanging out here. I'm gonna be running an errand here in a little while, and just hanging out. Thought I would go live and just see what's happening. Yeah, thank you, Deidre. Appreciate you doing that. And it's there's so much on YouTube that is not worth watching, in my opinion. Just a lot of things that you've got to stay focused and you have to stay true to yourself and your own niche. I mean, you can't get lost on YouTube and waste time. I found some large channels and small channels that work with, I'm glad, Space for Me. You're right. Yeah, Space for Me, a Space for 3, they're really the ones that encouraged me with the live streaming and really helped me to grow and get connected. I know they've been the source of a lot of encouragement and growth for a lot of channels. And I was on Linda's House of Chill live stream this morning, and it seems like they've been pretty impactful for her as well. I think they were struggling with some health problems today. So, hey, Drone Effects with Claude, welcome in. Great to have you in here. Got 5 here in the house. Don't don't forget to hit the thumbs up, make that thing blue. Glad to have you here with me. Looks like we have some people coming and going, maybe checking out each other's channels. And yeah, thank you for that thumbs up. And network, connect with each other. Just picture this place as, kind of like a hangout where we can each, thank you so much for those thumbs up, a hangout where we can connect, we can interact, and if we like somebody's content, then go to their channel and help them out, watch their videos in full, the ones that you want to watch, and leave genuine comments. Yeah, we've got 2 drone focused channels in here, so you guys definitely check each other out and encourage one another with each other's content. I would love to have a drone at some point, but being here in a city, it's people are really sketchy about drones flying over just because all of our properties are so close together. I would have to use it in more of the outlying areas, so I don't know how. I mean, it would be great for when we venture out into the mountains, or we go over to Puget Sound, over with the water, the beaches. And that's the awesome thing about living here in the Seattle area is we're close to the beach and we're close to the mountains. Hey Josh, great to have you in here. Welcome in this afternoon. And yeah, people say here in Seattle, it's one of the few places where you can go snow skiing in the mountains, and then in the same day you can go kayaking. You can go kayaking on the ocean. So it's really an incredible place to live here. You can fly over beaches or people. Yeah, with drones for sure. Oh, you're saying that you can fly over beaches of people. I know there's different policies on drones in different places. Oh, you can't. Yeah, that makes sense. And I know in Canada they have even more strict rules and laws on that. I would love to do the PCT. Yeah, in fact, if you follow Peter McKinnon, he had a video a while back that was referencing just how strict the drone laws are in Canada. I am part 107 pilot. Very cool. Yeah, I've never even flown a drone before, so I would need kindergarten lessons in that for sure to be able to learn how to fly a drone. But I know we've gotten our kids teeny little drones for toys, but they were the ones that usually would break after the second day of using them. But I would love to have them just for different perspective shots, and especially when we travel and being able to capture cool shots of, if you're hiking, you can have it go out and then take a perspective of you as you're moving along. Or I do a fair amount of cycling, so even having a drone that would kind of fly over me and get the shot of me riding along in the trail, I think that would be really cool. Got some notifications popping up. But that's okay. For a lot of what I do in my channel, I don't really need a drone. Probably would never really ever need a drone. But I would definitely love to have a DSLR at some point. I mean, I do everything on my phone at this point. I'm so close to the international airport here that we are in flight restrictions, so even though I want one, but not at this time. Yeah, urban areas are a challenge with drones for sure. So those that live in more rural or outlying areas, I'm always kind of jealous of what they can do and what they can get away with in regards to whether it's flying a drone or just being able to have space to do a lot of different activities. I grew up in a smaller town that was close to the cornfields, so there's times where I miss having that space. Whereas here in my area, we have to drive pretty far to get to outlying areas where we would have more freedom to do those type of activities. Does anyone here use a DSLR when you're making your videos, or are you just using your phone or some other type of camera? A lot of people I see Canon DSLR-B. I use the Nikon. Oh, so you're using the Nikon art. Yeah, I've got to graduate up to a better camera here at some point. But my phone has worked great for me for what I do. So welcome in if you're new. Hit that thumbs up, turn that blue, hit my red button for my channel if you haven't done that, and turn that gray. Connect up with others here in the chat who are in the stream, support each other the right way, and we will continue to press ahead with our efforts on YouTube to grow as a channel, to grow as creators. You are literally up from me. Skies took my drone up. So where are you located? Are you in the Pacific Northwest? I did professional photography for 20 years, so started with the Nikon and adding GoPro and other. How nice. Oh, I have rang your bell. Thank you very much, Skies. Took my drone. Yeah, and don't forget that bell and on other people's channels so that you can get their content. And you have to hit all notifications. If they have over 1,000 subscribers, then you'll be able to see other aspects of what they post, whether that would be I think you can begin to see their community posts if you have that bell on all notifications. I really like being able to have that community post, that community tab. It's really nice to be able to ask people different polls and other things. That's right. I've learned. Skies took my drone said. Yeah, YouTube changed that up a few months back, or maybe not even that long ago, on that bell. But it is cool to be able to see in your analytics how many people have the bell completely on versus just partially. Interaction makes perfect. Yeah, it does. Interaction is key. So there's a lot of things that we can take for granted too as creators, and it's easy to just get caught up in trying to produce content that we think is really good, and we're not really thinking of our audience or thinking of the broader niche, the broader population that we want to bring in to subscribe to our channel. And I was touching on this morning, the importance of really thinking through how what is the video you're putting up, what value is it going to bring the people that watch it, and is it going to be something that they are really going to enjoy watching? Are they going to be likely to stay on it for a long time, or will they skip off for whatever reason? And so there's a lot of different factors that go into making a video. Hey, that sun's really bright in the back. We've got the sun. We've got the low winter sun here in the Northwest, and it's interesting to watch it. If we do have a clear day here in the Seattle area, it's interesting to watch the sun kind of sweep over the lower part of the sky, as opposed to in the summer when it's almost directly above us. And with the time change here in a couple of weeks, uh, we're completely dark by 5 in the afternoon. In fact, at one point we're going to be completely dark by 4:30 in the afternoon since we are pretty far north. Peaceful. Yeah, it is kind of a peaceful feel having that um, sun kind of glaring in the back. It's really turned out to be a nice afternoon. Hey, Jesus Freak, welcome in. Great to have you in the stream. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Let's get this up to 10. Great to have you in this afternoon or evening, wherever you might be. And just hanging out here at a small city park while I thank you for hitting that thumb while I wait to run another errand here in a few minutes. But just trying to uh, just trying to see what you all were up to this afternoon. Thank you, Jesus Freak. Appreciate that. What do you have going on today, or this afternoon, or evening, wherever you might be, Jesus Freak? What do you have going on? Just got home from work. Okay, so you might be in the eastern U.S. somewhere then. So it's probably already dark where you are in the east. We had Mike go hang out with the neighbors and Puff. I'm just working on my new project, air charge batteries I am building. Nice. So you're kind of just working on that as you watch me ramble here. It's great to hear. I've got so many so many different types of projects that I would want to do. I just don't have time to do most of them. I'm constantly trying to just learn and research and discover what I can. I'm always trying to figure out better ways of doing things or different ways of doing things, trying to, just like the tagline of my channel, trying to get the job. How can I help get the job done better? And and then my passion of being able to help people get their job done, whatever it might be, through different tips or tricks or hacks to be able to help them to do that. So it all started at an early age, though I wasn't aware of it going on, but the different ways that I was trying to help other people, and as I got older, more and more people were seeking out my advice for various things because they knew that I had figured out whether it would be technical things or projects or just pieces of knowledge that they needed to know from me. I like to just soak up a lot of different types of knowledge. I'm a very analytical person. I majored in science in college and have a lot of just a lot of interest in the way that things work and a passion for technology and the way that it applies to our daily lives. Not necessarily, it's not that I really want to sit down in front of a computer and write code all day long. That doesn't sound all that interesting to me, but helping to empower people to use the application of what's been built. That's what I really enjoy. And it's funny because my parents would always ask me when I was a kid, they would always be asking me to help them with the VCR. If those of you in here remember those, VCR or stereo or what other electronics that we had or something new that they would get, they'd need my help. Writing code is all I've ever known from my memory. So you're developer then, or were a developer, I got into writing code for a while. A few years ago, I wanted to try to learn as many languages as I could from the ground up. I wanted to be able to build websites from scratch, and I did get into that a little bit and tried to teach myself how to do that. But then as different platforms rolled out, like WordPress, and then eventually Wix and Bluehost, and a lot of those that already had pre-made templates, I found that I just enjoyed taking those templates and then adopting them and altering them to whatever was needed. And again, getting back to the fact that I like just helping people with the application of technology more than just getting into the building of it. That's just something I'm more interested in. But I know we're all wired differently, and some people really like to write code, and that's great. We definitely need developers, or we wouldn't have a lot of the apps or software we'd have. But I never crossed the lines in those days as they do now. Yeah, back, you know, even 10 years ago, things were very different in the way that websites were built, and just it's only been really in the last 5 years that mobile websites have just skyrocketed. Mobile websites and apps. It did pick up a lot after about 2010, but it's really only been about the last 5 years that people have been doing so much more, and for some, almost everything on their phone. I can remember when I got my first mobile phone, that was like in 1999, and just how much the phones changed from 99 even to 3 or 4 years later. It was a huge change, because the first phone I got had a battery that literally got hot. I mean, extremely hot when I held it. I'm probably going to have issues with my brain for using that phone for a couple of years, or a year, however long I had it. And then by the time it got to be like 2003 or 4, you were, Blackberries were on the market and had those teeny little flip phones, which I really miss. I really miss having a flip phone. Those were almost indestructible. And there's actually somebody I know who has never owned a smartphone. They still have a flip phone. Probably one of the only people that I know that have never graduated to a smartphone. But technology's funny. Last night, my wife and I were with some friends, and we were with them for 2.5 hours. Nobody ever pulled out their phone to check it or anything. I still have my BlackBerry IT. It looks like a mini tablet touchscreen. Yeah, I loved my BlackBerry, the one that I had back in 2006 or 7, because you could with that tactile keyboard on it, you could type so quickly compared to on a screen today. So simple, yeah. Didn't need software updates, and I loved how when you flipped it back together, that was protective, self-protecting, and it was just so small I could carry it anywhere, and it didn't really matter what happened to it. It was just such a simple device that you could almost just throw it on the floor, and it really wouldn't break or anything. And then when they started putting the clock on the outside of it, that was fun to be able to just check the time quickly on the outside of it without even having to open it. But I haven't owned a flip phone for probably 10 years or more, and so I really miss them. Have a great day. See you next time. Have a great weekend. Thanks for coming in, Art Abandonment. Appreciate you stopping through this afternoon. and I'm gonna have to bug out here really soon. I'm gonna get going on my errand here in just a couple of minutes. But welcome in those of you who are just checking in. Glad to have you in this afternoon. Be sure to turn your thumb blue. Give me some more likes on the video. We have 10, but I know we can get maybe a couple more than that. Still got the sun shining. It's getting low enough in the sky, it might actually start breaking through my back window. But I don't know if you can tell, it's kind of washed out, but there's a lot of tall pines around here. That's pretty much all we have in Seattle, though. We do have a lot of deciduous trees that do change color, but in this park, yeah, there's some trees over in the distance that are changing. Let me see if I can show you all some of what I see here. Let's see if I can flip this around. Give you guys a sense of what I'm. Sorry for the shakiness there. There we go. So there we got some trees that are changing. I'm not in a very big park. There's some color back there, further back into the park, but as you can see, most of our trees are just pine trees here in our area. And this is just a small urban park. It's not anything that's to brag about. I mean, it's just kind of embedded into the neighborhoods. So it's just kind of a little tour of where I am. Oh, I should have put it here to begin with. A lot less glare, and you guys can actually see a little bit of what's outside. So that looks better. Sorry, I had all of you looking at a glare for the whole time that you were in here. So, but I'll have to do this again sometime and make sure I've got things set up better. That's so much better. And now I'm regretting the fact that I had it set up the other way with the major glare in the back. But it's all about the angle. It's all about the camera angle, for sure. All right, well, I'm gonna have to get going on my errand. I really appreciate you all coming in today, and hope you have a great weekend. And if you got big plans, I hope you have just a great time enjoying those plans. I've got a few events going on this weekend, but other than that, I will be live again here at some point, possibly Monday morning. And if I do have time for a spontaneous live, I'll definitely get on. And since I can do that now with the mobile app. And otherwise, I hope you guys have a great rest of your Friday, great weekend, and I will look forward to talking with you soon. So take care.